Since the whole issue of this threatened 25% tariff on Canadian goods being sold in the States emerged, we haven't heard much from the city. Would the city consider a buy Canadian policy the way Canadians are being urged to do? Well, we spoke with the city about it, and we can tell you this. They have brought together their critical incident response team to get the facts together about what tariffs would mean if they were put into place and what the city might do about it.
I think not hearing a lot from us is probably a good sign that there isn't a dramatic thing to be talking about. We certainly acknowledge there could be some impacts as a result of tariffs should they come forward in whatever form. We stood up our critical incident response team, which is an internal team of staff who deals with emergencies or preemptively deals with pending issues that could be coming about. We've met a couple of times this week. Staff has gone away and they're doing their work, which is analysis of any mitigative measures we might be able to put in place and any risks that through deeper review we uncover. And to date, it doesn't appear to be anything dramatic that would influence our services or our procurements or ongoing projects or anything like that. But as we get deeper into it and do our analysis, we'll come back with some recommendations to talk to council about and get their endorsement if indeed there are some recommended changes.
Right, so Canadians are being urged from different corners to look at, buying Canadian. If council was to direct staff to take that sort of a posture, I guess you'll be able to show them how much American purchases there even are, which I take it isn't a lot.
Yeah, so all of our bidding, whether it's a tender or a bid or a request for expression of interest, all of those things are largely awarded to Canadian companies anyway, contractors and so on. Where there's a bit of a nuance is that if we have a major project particularly that might source some of the materials that are imported from the United States or a piece of equipment that we procure from the United States. But those are fairly limited given the size of our spend. That would be a relatively small percentage.
Right. Still, perhaps any move or direction from council could have symbolic value, even if it doesn't amount to much.
Yeah, I suppose so. We always encourage and support local opportunities for local companies and Canadian companies and make sure that they're well aware of the information on our bids process so that they have the opportunity like anyone else. And for the most part, that's who gets awarded our stuff anyway.
Right. So bottom line, if and when this comes up before council, you'll have information to show council about where the city's at with that, what impacts are expected, and what might happen with any recommendations that they might make.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I'm always appreciative of our council is that they don't tend to run off with knee-jerk political statements. They like to receive information and data and make an informed decision based on the recommendations that we bring them, and they're doing the same in this case.
Sure. Thanks for this.
Great. Thank you, Ken.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.